If you are a martial arts instructor, regardless of the system or style that you teach, if you are ever encountered with a situation where one of your students that has been with you for some period of time and they come to you and tell you that they are leaving you, how do you respond to that? What should you do? Does it even matter? I believe yes, it does. And I'll tell you why. First of all, let me clear the field. For some of you, maybe. Everyone that walks through the doors of a training hall or dojang, kun, are potential students. Oftentimes, some of them don't know what they're really looking for. Sometimes you'll get prospects that come in and they've watched videos, they've watched martial arts movies, martial arts stars and celebrities. They have been persuaded by someone that they knew, family members and otherwise, to join up with some school or martial arts system. Sometimes it's just simply out of curiosity. Maybe even they join just because they want to find something to align themselves with, a brotherhood, if you will. Just a club to be part of. Well, whatever reason they join, you have the task, the awesome task, to filter through those students in your mind, even as to the probability of having some that stay and some that won't stay. It is impossible for us to get inside someone's mind and read it thoroughly and say, one day this person is going to leave me. It does happen. It has happened. It's happened during my lifetime in my own schools. And for those above mentioned reasons, some people wanted to join to just be a part of something, and they got burnt off, or burnt out I should say, at some point, and they left. Some left without notice, and some graciously came and said, I think we're going to move on. I've heard that before, and I've been doing this 50 plus years. So what happens when you have a student that gives you the impression and even tells you that I'm here for the long haul and I love your instruction, I love you as a teacher, and I'm not going anywhere? But at some point their attention is diverted and they see something flashier on the other side. Some students join you, and at some point in time, after they've been with you for a while, they become disillusioned because it's not what they thought it was going to be. They want fame. Yes. Some students want to be seen. They want to be known. They want to be famous. And that might not necessarily be the place that they should be to obtain those things. I'm old school, and my system is predicated on practical, nonsensical martial arts, science, as it were. We do competition. We have done competition. That's the extent of it. I'm not trying to make or build any world champions, for the glitter and the glamour. If that's what you're seeking as a student, you'll have to seek it elsewhere. You will. I promote my system of Jinindo, but I have had students, not many, mind you, but I've had a few students that was looking for something else after they were there for a while, or with me for a while, I should say. So now, student comes to me, and they say, "Teacher, thank you for everything that you've done for me, but I've decided to move on." Okay. Is this a shock to me? No, but it's sort of disappointing. Maybe I shouldn't say sort of. Maybe I should just simply say it's disappointing to me, because after you've spent a lot of time with this individual and they've been with you for some years, a significant amount of years, and then all of a sudden they decide that they don't want to pursue training under you. It's not that you don't have what they need in terms of martial arts. It's that they want something else, or that you have not shown them something that they want from you that you haven't given to them yet. Herein lies the rub with me. Because I know this thing called martial arts inside and out, I know the types of students that you could have coming in your door. And because I know, I'm very careful of how much I disclose. I'm going to give you what you need fundamentally, but some of the deeper things I won't ever share because of obvious reasons. Some students would take some of those treasurable things that you give them and bastardize them. They'll take them somewhere else and they'll misuse what you've taught them. That's why time is really important with a teacher and a student. Let me tell you this. Throughout the history of many martial arts masters, some of them only had a handful of students. And the reason they've had a handful of students is because they couldn't teach certain things to the masses, to everyone. Not to say that they were not teaching the basics, because they were, but there were some things they held to themselves because there were students that they had that were not worthy of that knowledge. Because they knew, if I give this to this individual or to these individuals, they're going to misrepresent me and misrepresent the art that I'm teaching them. So some of them, instructors that is, died with those secrets. That's true. It's the same with me. If I have 50 students, hypothetically speaking, if I have 50 students and 40 of them are not worthy, I'm not giving it to them. And 10 of them might be worthy, I'll consider it. But out of the 10, I might only have 2 that actually are. Sometimes you have students who have had exposure in martial arts tournaments with you, the teacher, and they've gotten or have been given some accolades. Some people telling them that they were pretty good and that they enjoyed their performance and so forth. And the students get beside themselves. Their head begins to swell, in other words, and they think that they're more than what they really are. And so at some point in time, they make a decision that I want to hear more of that praise of how talented I am at what I do, or how good I am, or how skillful I am. So I want to go somewhere else and maybe become some champion. I've had it happen. It does happen all of the time. Because my teacher is not pushing me to become that thing that I'm seeking in my mind anyway. So I say this, let me just cut to the chase. If a student of mine comes to me and tells me, and this has happened, teacher, I've been thinking, and there's this one school, organization, or individual that's teaching this particular thing, and it's something that I'm very interested in. And I've been thinking about it for a while, and I've decided to further my training in something different outside of what you've taught me, but I appreciate what you've taught me. And you're a great teacher. I've heard these stories. But I've decided I wanted to move on. Okay. This is me responding. And this is not about a particular student. I'm just saying this has happened again to me. So I said, okay, thank you. Now, they feel like, whoo, relieved. Teacher said, thank you. And okay, if that's what your decision is. Me, teacher, I'm not going to talk them out of it, because there had to be a reason within them as a man or woman to make that decision. Okay. And don't forget, I have many decades in this thing called martial arts. And I have dealt with hundreds of students. So now, herein lies the rub. Once you leave, under the circumstance that you just presented to me, you can never come back. If I have promoted you to a rank, that's where you're frozen at, with me in my system. Now, if you go somewhere and you start training there, more power to you. There's no love lost, because you're no longer with me. You are detached from me. But you cannot train with any of my present students who used to be your classmates. You can't do it, because you're not part of my system anymore. That's a fact when it comes to me, because you made a decision to leave. And once you leave, you have no ties with me and my system anymore. Or I should say, with my system anymore. Not necessarily me. I'll still care about you, still love you, have a conversation with you, but it won't be about what we do in my system any longer. So, this is a true story that I'm about to tell you now. I won't personify the individual or individuals. One student, I'll say, they went somewhere to start teaching martial arts for self-defense, right? Now, when that student left, they found out that they couldn't promote anyone past the rank that they were in my system. They found this out through other instructors that know me. You know you can't promote past your rank without your teacher's approval, right? So that same student comes back to me at some point and tries to get me to give them my blessings so that they could teach my system and stay connected to me in the event they wanted to be pushed up to the next rank. Not gonna happen. Sorry, not gonna happen. It doesn't happen in any other style and or system that's legitimate. Doesn't work that way. But I'll say this. I've studied Korean martial arts, Chinese martial arts, and Japanese, and then some. There is no other system like mine. So I am the founder of the system. So you're not going to find anyone that teaches like me, or teaches the exact way that I teach, or anything similar the way that I teach, because there's only one Grandmaster Stroud and there's only one brother teacher. I'm unique. That's true. So that individual will never find a school like mine, and they cannot be promoted under my system's name without me. Anyway, I just wanted to say that. So, again, if someone is a student of yours and you're a martial arts instructor and they walk out the school and say, I'm going to pursue this and that, and you have the prerogative, it's your choice to accept them back if they wanted to come back, that's up to you. But traditionally, that's not the way it's supposed to be. And again, I know I'm being redundant. If a student leaves me in that way, and they have the rule book that tells them what the protocol is, and they don't follow the protocol, you've already put yourself in a very, very precocious situation. You're going against the established rules. There's no way around it. Either you didn't read it, or you're just now finding out about it. But it's unfortunate. If you've been there a while, you should already know what the rules are. You should know what the protocol is. And if you haven't followed protocol, there are no exceptions. Because if it's for one, it's for all. Those rules. And the only one who can change it is the teacher. So, if you are an instructor who has ever had a student leave you after many years of blood, sweat, and tears from you training that student, then that student is seeking something on the other side of the mountain higher, because they want to be known, they want to be popular, they want to be famous. If that's happened to you and you want to accept them back, again, that's up to you. But it's not happening with me. As long as I have breath in my body, it's not happening. Because there is an order of things in everything in life. And martial arts is no different. So, let me know if you've experienced this. This is Brother Teacher. I'm out.